Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to today's Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 519. If you are joining me during the premiere, you will notice a live chat going on. Come on in and say hello. There are hundreds of us on the live chat who can't wait to meet you. We will say hello back, so don't be shy. Come on in. You'll find that the SMS group, we are warm and welcoming and friendly and crafty and creative and encouraging. So if that's something that sounds good to you, don't forget to say hello. Now today I have a fun class. Fun, a little outside the box. For sure. I have Spellbinders and Studio Light and Jacquard, and we're gonna put all three of them in a bag. We're gonna shake that bag up, and then poof, magic will happen when we get to the end. It is a little outside the box, but in a good way, in the best way possible, because chances are you already own some of the product, if not all the product that I'm going to show you, or something similar to, so that after you watch this, you can pull it all out and play for yourself. And maybe, just maybe, there's a tip or a trick or something that I'm gonna do that you might not have seen before. Some of you are gonna look at this class and you are going to say, sign me up. I wanna do what she just did. And like I said, hopefully you have some of the products so you can get started right away. Some of you are gonna look at this class and say, oh no. And that's okay. There's different techniques for everybody. Not everybody has to do exactly the same thing. And even if we do exactly the same thing, we don't do it exactly the same way. And that's what makes it art. That's what makes it our art, because we approach something as easy as die cutting and paper piecing. All of us will approach it a different way. So today I have got Studio Light for you, and Spellbinders and Jacquard. I do want to let you know that the Spellbinders and the Studio Light are limited in quantity. We have an I Want It All bundle for the Spellbinders. For the Spellbinders. So we don't edit our videos, so I can't cut that little oopsie out. And I think the I Want It All is just for 2 SKUs, and it's under $10. But I was only able to talk them into letting me have so many of them. And then when they're gone, and they are magnificent. The first time I saw them, I said, I need them. Not I want them. There's a difference. Some things I want, other things I need, and I needed the 2 Spellbinders items. We have more than that from Spellbinders, because the sample, we've used some of their embossing folders and some ephemera, and we have a stamp set. It all ties in together, but the 2 products I'm gonna be using today, those were an I need those products. And when they're under $10 for both of them, I'm like, how many can I have? All of them? What do you mean no? Can't I have all of them? What do you mean no? So then I also have 4 SKUs from Studio Light. Again, extremely limited. Can I have them all? What do you mean no? Well, they didn't have any more to sell, so that was what that was. Now, before we get started today, I do have to do winner chicken dinner, and these 2 lucky ladies have won a $25 gift card. My guess is maybe by next week we might be at 400,000 subs on YouTube. I don't know. It took me like 10 plus years to get to 100,000 followers, and then boom, all of a sudden it just took off. I think it has to do with how many videos I do a week now. I think it's put us in a different algorithm or something like that. But since I do 3 videos a week, one on Monday, one on Thursdays, one on Saturday, and coming in 2024, I'll be doing 4 videos a week. I think. It's still not completely cemented or entirely fleshed out, all worked out, and how we're gonna make that happen. But if I have my way, 4 times a week, and the new video, I'm excited about it, but I can't tell you about it, not yet, but soon. All right, so these two lucky winners have won a $25 gift card, and like I said, I think by the time we get to our next YouTube class, definitely the one following, we should be at 400,000 subscribers, which means we will then give away $400 worth of gift cards in the denomination that you select. So when we get there, I'll explain it. But for today, these lucky peeps have $25 to spend in. Well, I'd go buy that Spellbinders I Want It All bundle. I would. Are you ready? Our first lucky winner is Sonia. Sonia Parisi? Hello, Sonia Parisi. How are you doing? Did I get close? I'd like to think I did, and if I didn't, you're going to forgive me anyway. And there's a little check mark. That means your money's in your account. Fingers crossed. Go have fun. But Sonia, you're not alone. We have another. We have Patricia. Patricia Brown. Hello, Patricia Brown. How are you doing today? Congratulations. You are also a winner chicken dinner. Oh, there's your little check mark. Winner chicken dinner. And we're excited for both of you. Wahoo Kachoo. To make it official, because it has to be official, you got to do the winner chicken dinner dance. So it doesn't matter if you are watching this on Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, 4 weeks from today, if you are the winner, you must stand up and do the winner chicken dinner dance. I would, but I am my own camera person, and I'm not moving the camera up and down and up and down. I do sometimes though during the class, but if I stood up, I'd have to move it all the way up. So I'm going to sit here and we're going to do it together. Are you ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, kachoo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope you enjoy your winnings. Spend them on something that will make your heart happy. Yes, I understand you might need adhesive. I get that, but that's not fun. It's practical, yes, but it's not fun. Find something that's fun. All right, you guys. So I'm going to show you, I think I'm going to show you the Studio Light DIY blocks, and I might play with one of them for just a moment, and then we're going to get into the Spellbinders product. I want you to know that all the samples that I'm going to show you at the end of today's class, and there are ample samples, holy smokes artichokes, they were all made using either the Studio Light product, the Spellbinders product. Most of them are a combination of the two, and some of the Jacquard or alcohol ink product. So you may see butterflies on some of the samples. We have those butterflies. You might see ephemera on some of those samples. We have the ephemera. You might see an embossing folder on some of those samples. I've got that embossing folder, but it doesn't mean that we're going to play with that today. Today we're really gonna work on those 2 SKUs that I told you about that I think are magic. I think they're wonderful. The minute I saw them, it was I must have these. Sometimes I'm like, nah, it's okay. Sometimes it's like, holy smokes artichokes, I need them all. So I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. I am going to start with the Studio Light just to explain it to you and maybe do something super quick and easy so you can see how it works. And then we're going to roll right into the Spellbinders product. It is not expensive product. Like I said, it's 2 SKUs, and we have them bundled only as an I Want It All bundle. You can't buy it open stock, but for the 2 SKUs, it is under $10. That's a wahoo kachoo, and it is brand new product. In fact, we might be one of the first to be releasing it right now. Okay, let me tilt on down and show you what I got for you. I'm so excited. It's good to see everybody. Yay! All right. Can you see all my stuff? Holy smokes artichokes. Let's tilt on down and see what I've got going on. I feel like my camera's just slightly off. Come on. All right, I'm gonna try there and see what we get. So let me show you some quick samples. No, I think I'm still a little, there we go. Let me show you some quick, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that yummy? Right? That butterfly is a Spellbinders. The paper is a Spellbinders. The ephemera is a Spellbinders. That's a yum card. Look at how pretty. What's that background paper? I'm gonna show you. Look at how lovely. So all of this will be achievable by everybody. There is nothing difficult that I'm going to be doing here at all. I'm going to bring over the DIY blocks. I'm going to show you these, but I'm going to open the other ones. Let me go way back, way back. All right, so these are what they call DIY blocks from Studio Light. They do not require scissors. Everything in here is already perforated, ready for you to punch out, and it is chock full of stuff. So I have 4 different styles. Each of the pages, woo, Stacy, and there I go. I might as well have been a bowling alley. I just knocked all my alcohol inks down. All right, so every page, all of the die cut pages, I believe you get 2 of each page. And again, they're maybe, yeah, that's a different one. 2 of each page. Everything punches out for you. These are A4 size. They just go on and on and on for you to create and create and create. Then we get into things with sentiments and tags, and you get 2 of those pages. Then we have little images that can be matted, and there's 2 of those. And then we start getting into the double-sided paper. So I have 4 uniquely different books for you. This one is Seaside, but then I've got Sunny Summer, which is a totally different look and feel. Look at the colors, right? Aren't they beautiful? And so much in here, and it's all pre-punched out. All you have to do is punch it out with your fingers and pick your paper, which is all double-sided, and start to create. So this one is called Sunny Summer. This one is Vintage Roses. All the shabby chic going on, all the vintage happening. Look at the detail in this stuff. It's just beautiful. And it is printed paper, but it has a 3-dimensional look to it. And then we have into some of our phrases. Oh, and I just jumped right over. Look at how beautiful. And they're already pre-punched out for you. All you have to do is take your fingers and pop them out, and then oodles of beautiful papers. So this is Vintage Roses, and the last one I have is Aged Wildflowers. Love the sunflowers and the daisies. I mean, the colors are just lovely. Look at that. That whole piece pops right out. Holy smokes, artichokes. And words and images, and then all the beautiful papers. So I am going to get one of the books that we have already dived into because I'm so limited on them. I don't want to use these. Then one less person would be able to get them. So I think I am gonna go into maybe the Vintage Rose collection. And let's pull some paper. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one. I don't want to pull too much. Gosh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful sheet of paper. Let's see if I can go down just a little bit. That's a beauty, right? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful too. All right, well, let's just do something quick so you can see how it works. I've got some sentiments. I'm going to pop out one of the sentiments. And here's so proud of you. So no scissors required, which makes one of these books will do, I can't even tell you how many cards or layouts. I mean, it would be a lot. And I might pop out this blue happy birthday to you and see if I use that one instead. They're reasonably priced. I want to say that they retail for about $15. And you will be making cards and layouts and junk journals and mini albums from now until forever. That's kind of pretty. And I think I like this one. And maybe this one. And maybe this one. And maybe this one. And I'm just going to pop out a bunch of stuff and we're going to put something together. Don't know exactly what we're going to put together, but we're going to put it together. So I doubt I would go through and pop everything out ahead of time because it would be hard to keep track of what's what. But could you imagine undoing each page and putting each page out for a class and everybody pick a page and or even a half a page and then they get to play with what's on that page? You're like, don't you have enough? Well, probably. But I didn't pick out very many blue things. But you know what? I can always come back. All right, so I've got two things to play with, two pieces of paper to play with, and two sentiments. So I think I might use the happy birthday to you on this one and the I'm so proud of you maybe on this one. So I think I'm just going to cut out as if I was making a card, or at least a card front. Okay, so and my card is going to be this size, which I'm going to guess is not too far away from an A2. And I can take it and I can mat it right onto my pink. So let's just grab some Stacy tape really quick. And then I would mount all of this onto a card base. And I'm just going to use, because it matches perfect, it's from the same sheet. Why wouldn't I use it? Make a little mat right there. Very shabby chic. Okay, I've started. And then I think I will take my I'm so proud of you, maybe on something a little bit different in color. Maybe I mat it on something a little different so it pops. Let's just go ahead and grab some Stacey tape. I'm going to put it right on. Stacey tape is a double-sided adhesive. It's long, it's strong, it's cost-effective, and when it comes to adhesive, that's not the place to skimp. So dollar store adhesive is not really the place you want to get adhesive if you're trying to do card making or scrapbooking. Definitely not for mixed media or any kind of journal making. All right. So now I've got I'm so proud of you ready to go right across the top. Now I can come in, and I think before I tape that down, I'm going to build maybe just a little do I want it to go all the way through? And maybe that like that. And just put a little bit of floral going on. I think that might almost be too much. If I take that off and I put this here, and I put that there. Oh, that's very pretty. And I put a little one behind there. That, I think I like that better. It's not as busy. I think I like this better. And now all I have to do is tape it in place and my card is made, attached to a card base, and I'm done. So let's go ahead and let's do that real quick. So I think I want this one about there. And you may use pop dots. I'm just going to use some Stacey tape to get it down. Oh, and I can pop that little piece out of the center. Look at that. Now it even looks more like a real, that's an amazing embellishment for paper. So I think I'm going to put that one there. And I think I'm going to layer this one kind of behind it. all the different items you have to play with in each of these books. They call them DIY books. And they're so good. And they're so cost effective. And if you're a new crafter, this is a great way to start because everything in the book coordinates. The papers match. You've got double-sided paper, so you've got front and backs and solids and patterns. And then you decide what you want it to look like. And you can pop out a bunch of things and layer until you say, yep, that's the look I'm going for. And I can put that right across. And I've made a super easy, super cute card. In fact, I can even have that little stem if I want to. Have the stem kind of come out. And I'm done. These really are fast and simple. If you're traveling and you want to do some creativity, some crafting while you're traveling, this is another great way to do it. Take a book or two, some tape, a pair of scissors for the paper, but for everything else, it punches right out. So there's one, easy peasy. Let's do this one super fast as well. Let's see if I can do one super fast. Do I like that with this? I don't know that I do. And I don't know that I'm crazy about that either. That's really pretty. If I did that, and I took a few little butterflies. Okay, this I'm starting to like. Love the butterflies. All different shapes and sizes and colors. Pop them right out. Well, let's start. Let's see what I do with this. So I think this time I'm going to use this paper and go right across and cut a piece right like that. So let's go up and over. And do I want to mat it on the green? I think maybe it's too close to the green. But I do want to mat it on something, so all I have to do is bring my book back over and start looking for a paper that I think would work well. Ooh, I think that would work well. Is it the green? Is it the brown? Decisions. This is probably the hardest part for me, is picking paper. I think I like that. I'm just going to cut me a snippet off. Okay. Cut me a little snippet off. Yeah, I like that. What do you think? I agree. And Stacy tape. And Stacy tape, you can just rip it with your fingers, and if you tear it and it's just a little bit too long because it's double-sided tape, fold it right back onto each other. I did not get that straight. There we go. And you know what? I think I like that blue. Where was that really bold blue? Here. Oh, I think I like that a lot. What do we think of that as a mat? Oh, I think I like that a lot. I can put that over there. I've got my little butterflies here and here and there. I can throw my Stacy tape leftovers away. Oh, that didn't come anywhere close to the trash can, but the intent was good. And I think I'm going to mat this on this blue. Wow, is that pretty. So this is Studio Light, and I'm just wanting to show you how easy and simple it is to work with their DIY blocks. I'm going to finish up this one, and then we are going to move on to some Spellbinders product. But since almost all the samples we have were made using this paper, I wanted to show you how it's done. Bam. That one made it in the trash. Okay. So good there, good there. I've got the happy birthday to you. That will go here. And then a few little butterflies. 1, 2, 3, and I think I'm done. couple little butterflies. The paper does most of the work. I'm added my sentiment, and I think I'm gonna call it done. So if you've got time on your hands and you just wanna make oodles and oodles and oodles of cards that you can then give away to others so that they can use them as lovely cards to give, this is an amazing pack for you. And with 4 different packs, holy smokes, you could be junk journaling from now until forever. So I'm gonna make a goober. I'm gonna take a piece of Stacy tape and put it in my hands and roll it together and then get it onto my butterfly. And I'm not gonna press down too hard because I wanna see if that's where I want it to stay. But I'm gonna take a little piece of Stacy tape, peel the liner off so I'm left with the tape on my finger, roll it together just like a goober. Anybody who has kids knows what a goober is. And then I think I might want it there. And then my little small one. Oh, I think that's perfect. I think I'm good. And my card is done. 2 totally different looking cards because totally different colors. All out of the same paper pack. I think I'll put that there. And then let's get a little closer. So I'm happy there, I'm happy there, and I'm happy there. Flip the wings up a little bit. And bam. Card done. Or maybe you like this one better. Beautiful thing is you can make these over and over and over again because the DIY blocks are so chock full of product. Absolutely. So we have the 4 for you to choose from. They're at a wonderful value. I didn't use these. I'm not going to throw them away. I'll tell you what the girls did is they put, aren't they so smart? They put inside a little, like a little envelope of little doodads of the leftovers. Oh, here. So this is the Vintage Roses DIY block. They just put a little envelope, so all the little doodads that they didn't use, put into an envelope, and then maybe just tape it on the inside of one of the top cover page. Maybe just tape it on the inside of the top cover page so you have it. And that way anything you don't use you can continually put in there if you've unpopped it but you didn't use it. I thought that was really smart of the girls. So easy peasy, mac and cheesy, 2 cards, super fast, done, ready to move on. The next thing I want to talk to you about is from Spellbinders. And this is the I Want It All bundle. And it's the only way to get it. I don't have them open stock. If you like one, you have to buy them both. So I'm hoping you like both of them. What I have is specialty paper. 1 pack is Vellum foiled. 1 pack is Resist. So this pack has 6 sheets of Resist paper. There's 3 designs. You get 2 of each design. And it's like paper that's been pre-heat embossed for you. So these are little leaves kind of going in a circular pattern. I have got butterflies. and I've got florals. Can you see? That's a resist. It's almost like it's been heat embossed for you. Then we have the vellum, and it is foiled vellum. Three different patterns, 2 of each. So I've got this beautiful little floral pattern going on here. I've got a beautiful open floral. Look at how gorgeous is that. You've got open flowers going on, beautiful. And then I've got leaves going on. So I'm going to start with the resist paper, and I'm going to show you how it's intended to be used and how we're going to use it. So we're going to start simple, and then we're going to get a little bit more technique-y. And for those of you who have never seen resist paper, you can make your own resist paper if you are doing heat embossing. You can stamp and throw down clear embossing powder, because that's pretty much what this is on white paper, and then go in and ink over the top of it. You can go in and stamp with Versamark and throw in gold embossing powder, heat it up, and then go ink all over the top of it. You can make your own resist paper. But here, Spellbinders has done it for you, and it's beautiful. So I want to make sure that I have 1 of each sheet left over. And I think I'm going to start by inking it the way it's supposed to be done. So typically we would use a dye-based ink to ink these up. So below this resist is just normal everyday cardstock paper. This is like a spot varnish on top, is what they call it in the industry. A spot varnish. To you, it would be like a heat emboss. So when I add a dye-based ink on top of this, that embossed area resists the ink, because this is now considered non-porous. It's almost like plastic on top. And we all know dye-based ink and plastic, no, dye-based ink likes paper. It wants to seep into something. It doesn't want to sit on top and dry, so it wipes right off of our resist. Let me go in with some yellow. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The yellow is attaching to the paper, but not to that resist. Yellow's not there at all. It's sinking into the paper in between all of that beautiful pattern, but it's not changing the color of the pattern. So I could go in and add a little bit of yellow. Now the thing about resist paper is that it tends to show up better with darker colors. Now you may be trying to just do a very simple background for something, and you need a little bit of texture, a little bit of dimension going on, and this is enough ink for you to make that happen. This may be enough for you for what your project is, and if that's the case, stop. Stop. In fact, maybe I'm even going to cut this. To remind you of what we started with. So I started with some basic yellow, and you saw I took the ink pad and I went straight to it. I'm not going to try to get in there and lift up my ink and smooth it on. It's just going to take too much time for me to do that. It's just as easy to go straight to the paper. Now I've got maybe a little brighter ink. Oh yeah, a little bit brighter. And this I may move around because it's a little bit brighter and a little bit more intense of a color. Look at the difference of those two colors. So this I put straight on, kind of move it around, And then I can go in with my blending brush and move the color around because this color is way more intense. And every time I go a little bit darker in my hue, you can see that the resist element becomes more and more apparent. It pops a little bit more. You can see it a little bit better every time I go a little darker. Remember, this is what we started with. I do have ink on this, but now I used a darker, more vibrant yellow to add a pop of color. But do we want to keep it as yellow? No, let's add maybe some pink in here. Let's get my pink brush ready to go. And now I'm adding some pink in here. And I'm not going to be afraid to add color. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to go, go, go. You're like, but you're covering your yellow. I am, but it's blending with that pink. And again, the darker I go, the more that resist pops off the page. Let's go. Now it's even darker in some areas. So now I've got some shading going on and some mixing of colors. And then I can come back with my yellow. In fact, I'm going to do my bright yellow. Come back with my yellow and go over the whole thing one more time. Just to kind of cement the color in. So now I've toned it all into a yellow. That's what resist paper does. This is just with a very pale color on it. Here's with a very bright color on it. And if you look at it and you go, oh, you lost the pink. What did you do, Stacy? Well, I don't know. Bring some of the pink back. There's no harming it. There's no harming the paper. And it's not seeping through because it is a dye-based ink. So it starts as white as this. Then we added a little bit of color to it, but then we added a lot of color to it. And this is what resist paper does. It is so super fun. It's like a great experiment because you don't see the resist until you add the color. You don't see how fabulous it is until you start to add the color. So you can't really be afraid of the color. You just kind of have to go with the color. Can't really be afraid. You just got to go for it. And if you're not happy with it, then you blend in a different color. So here I'm really able to see the difference in the green and the yellow. And I'm just keeping them a little bit separate. Oh, that was the yellow, Stacy. And now maybe I add they're like, don't do it, don't do it. Too late, I did it. Too late. No, that's the green. I just wanted a place to be a little bit darker. So I took some blue and went right over the top of it. And then I'm taking that yellow and going over the top of that to kind of blend it out and smooth it out. Grab the right brush. And it's just a matter of playing. You can do this. It is not hard. And it is not a technique-y, hard. You got to be oh so careful. See, with the blending brush straight to it, it's a little harder to get the intensity of the color, and I like the intensity of the color. Same piece of paper, different look, different ink colors. Dye-based inks are your friends. Absolutely. Okay, so we did that one. Let's grab the butterfly. And, ooh, I don't know. Do we not? Do we not? Do we? Well, it's only paper, right? Hello, yellow. For those of you who know me, you know that's my go-to starter color. Whether it's the right starter color or not, I have no idea. But let's take this one and cut it in half so you can see where we started and where we finished. Okay, how about the light green? How about the green? Green, blue, blue? And the darker I go, the more those butterflies start to pop. Oh, I'm not so sure about this one. Oh well. We're gonna go for it anyway. Kind of went with a little bit of a purple, which is kind of turned brown on my yellow. So let's just go back in. If we're gonna embrace it, let's embrace it. Oh. That's it. If we're gonna embrace it, let's embrace it. I went with a darker purple now. And then maybe back into my yellow. Okay, I'm starting to dig it. Just want to get rid of that. Yellow. Hello, yellow. Look at the depth that we're getting. Look at that color. So I thought I had a hot mess. Now I'm not so sure. Now I'm thinking I like my hot mess. Purple, purple. I feel like saying Bueller, Bueller. What are we thinking? Started like that. I think we did pretty good. Look it. And all I did was just keep adding ink on top of ink on top of ink on top of ink. And I didn't care if it was right or wrong. I just went for it. I made mud out of the brown and the purple, but then I brought in a darker purple to really cement that color in. And when I added the blue, which turned green with the yellow, and then I added more blue, and I mean, it just came out. I think that's beautiful. I'm good. I'm happy with it. Let's add some more yellow. And let's cover up the green, and let's cover up the blue. And let's try maybe a little bit of some orange. And maybe some pink. Oh, I don't know if that's pink enough. I don't think that's pink enough. Let's add some more yellow back in. I don't think my pink is pink enough, so I might go in and add some red. So here's my orange. How about some red royal? You're like, no, it's fine. Well, is it? If I can just darken a little bit of here and a little bit of there. And maybe just a little bit of my yellow. A little bit of my yellow up over here. I think that's better. That gives some dimension. What do you think? This is resist paper, and all I'm using right now is dye-based inks. Very simple, almost monotone. Here we got a little bit more adventurous. Then we jumped into the pond. We just dove right in. You can't go wrong. And the darker it gets, the more intense the color is, the more you see the resist. makes a big difference. So that is how you would typically use a resist paper. And resist papers are not the easiest papers to find. Manufacturers tend to make them for a collection, and once the collection has sold out, so has the paper. And that's kind of how this is. We don't have oodles of the paper because it was meant to go with a collection. And we have the collection, but the paper is really what made my heart happy. So I'm going to put those all over to the side, and I'm not making such a pretty mess. It's a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'm going to move on, and we're going to do something else with the resist paper that might be a little bit out of the norm for you. Now I've got my little blending mat. This is my blending mat from Woodware, and it comes in a big size. Hello, Woodware blending mat. Comes in a big size, and I cut mine down. I have these two over here that I've just cut right in half. I've got this one here. I did the 1 in half. I did one in like a 6x6 size, and then I had a little one. So it's really up to you. This is a very inexpensive item, and it goes a really long way. You will use it again and again and again. Gosh, today was not the day to wear a white shirt. You'll use it again and again and again because it allows you to, one, blend your inks, but also save your inks. So I use this almost every time I use a dye-based ink. I used to take my inks and go from my ink pad, and then I might want to dab off just a little bit because I didn't want it to be too dark, and I would lose all that ink because I would dab it off on paper. Instead, I put my ink directly on my little blending mat, my mat here, and I can go in and pick it up. And what's left, I can continue to pick up. I can tap it off if I need to tap some of it off so it's not too strong when I go in on my blend, whatever I'm doing, and then I can go back and pick it up. So I do recommend cutting it into a couple different sizes. That makes it easier to work with. And if there's two of you and you each take half of it, I think we usually have them on sale for $4.40. Well, then each of you has one for $2.20. But I'm not going to be using ink, dye-based ink with where we're moving to. I'm going to expand my horizons a little bit, and I'm going to play with the Piñata alcohol ink. Yes, alcohol ink. Piñata alcohol ink is different than any other ink on the market. We did this with the Tim Holtz. I did a Make It Monday where you got 5 jumbo bottles of Tim Holtz. In fact, we just did it this past Monday. 5 jumbo bottles of Tim Holtz in the alloys and the mixatives. And that is an isopropyl alcohol ink. Piñata is an ethanol alcohol ink, and there is a world of difference. So all the Ranger product, all the Couture Creations product is isopropyl, and there's nothing wrong with an alcohol ink made with isopropyl. The difference is the amount of pigment that gets in the bottle. Because ethanol works differently, it takes less ethanol to make the ink, to make a proper ink, and more pigment. Less ethanol, more pigment. Whereas with an isopropyl, it takes more isopropyl and less pigment. More isopropyl and less pigment. And Piñatas are from Jacquard, and they are a fine art company. So their products are always so highly pigmented and so light fast and made for the fine art world. And lo and behold, they tend to be cheaper, less expensive than alcohol inks in our crafty world. Do they make 500 colors of them? No, they don't. They make a very nice collection of them. And because they're so strong and so intense in color, you won't be changing your inks all the time. It really is, I guess I can do it on this. It really is one little drop. There's your drop. What you use more than anything else is their extender. It's the extender that lets you shade the color. It's not like a blending solution. And the more extender I use, the lighter my blue will be. The less extender I use, the darker my blue will be. One drop is all you need. Look at how dark that blue is in comparison. Look at how dark it is. Then you start to add the extender to lighten the color up. So it is different than a blending solution because an extender is an alcohol ink without any color in it. And that's why it's not dilute, it's not going like a lot of alcohol inks would with an extender. It's blending that color and making it into something new, something different. You can tone that color. The extender is the same product that's in any of the colors minus the actual color, minus the pigment. And it really lets you play and have a great time and change the color of the ink from a really super dark to a really super light. I mean, I could go and just make this as light as I possibly can get it. I could get this blue as light as I can be. Which being able to shade and tone alcohol inks is wonderful. And where a Piñata alcohol ink bottle is going to last you a super long time, the thing that you're going to go through most is the extender because you use it more than anything else, which is kind of nice because the bottle, in fact, we do the 4 ounce. This is what everybody ordered with the Tim Holtz stuff. The 4 ounce bottle, this is what you're going to use more than anything versus having to use so much purple to get an intense purple or so much blue to get an intense blue. The colors you're going to drip drop where you need them, when you need them. They're going to last you almost a lifetime. It's this product which is readily available and can be used with all the colors. It's really, really nice. They're beautiful, beautiful inks, and they come from a fine art manufacturer. So I wanted to play with these and alcohol inks to see how it works. And it's a different look and it's a different type of style. Now remember, alcohol inks usually go for non-porous surfaces. So Yupo or plastic or glass, metal, jewelry findings, absolutely. The Resist is non-porous, but the paper underneath it is highly porous. So how will alcohol inks respond? It's going to be beautiful. First things first, I'm going to use a blending sponge versus a felt pad. You can certainly try with a felt pad, but it doesn't go over as nicely and it doesn't hold the ink as much as the sponge. I can tell you that when you use a sponge, because of the extender and the the ethanol, it will start to peel away. It'll dissolve the solvent between the glue between your little Velcro and your sponge. So when I'm going to do this, and I know this sounds crazy, but I just take a stapler and I staple and I'm done. I put the wide part of the staple on the back and staple to the front, and that way Even if the glue dissolves between the pad and my foam, I'm still good. So let's take a little bit of maybe some yellow. And I've got one already done. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of my Sunbright Yellow. And again, this is a Piñata alcohol ink, not a Ranger or a Couture Creations. I'm gonna put a few drops down, and then I'm gonna put some extender in there. I'm going to tap off a little of my color. You can see how much color is on there. And I can go back and pick this up later. This isn't going to go to waste. And now I'm going to come in here. Maybe a little bit more extender. And I'm going to put it straight onto my pad this time. I can go back in and pick some up, put a little bit more extender. And I'm just adding some color. I'm just adding some color. I'm not trying to do anything more than get a base of color down, which is what I've done. I've still got a ton. I could have used one drop of yellow. And I've been using these now for maybe, I don't know, 10 classes. And that's as far as I've gotten. I haven't even hit the, the label yet. And we all know how I like yellow. So I put a little extender on there. And I can go in and it's not harming my resist at all. So now let's do a different color. Let's try lime green. I'm gonna do a drop, because I'm afraid to do more than a drop. That's all the ink. I might add some, but I'm going to start with that because I used way too much yellow. Let's put some extender in there. Oh, I've got blue in here too. All right, well, we're just going to go for it. A little more extender. And there'll come a time where you've got enough extender really into your pad that it will last quite a ways. My pads were dry, so I'm building them up. And I can use these pads over and over again. And yes, this one has a staple in it. So this had a little bit of blue going on. I think I'm going to try and go back. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that looks good. I don't know if I should do any more, but I have to. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to staple another pad and I'm going to go back in with the green, just the green. Oh. Let's put just the line. I don't know, man. So when you're playing with the alcohol inks, it's a totally different look than perhaps the dye-based inks, because they are alcohol and they do blend differently. That's why we all love alcohol markers so much, because they never leave the lines or anything like that. I'm just trying to tone that yellow just a little bit. Another thing, a little bit of green. I have way too much yellow on my, I'll be able to use that yellow for now and next week and the week after. So it's a brand new pad, so it's building up its color. And I won't throw these pads away. I will use them again and again and again. There's no reason to throw them away. Okay, now I think I might go back with some of the darker blue. Ooh, I don't know. Do it, don't do it. Do it, don't do it. No guts, no glory. But do I use the sapphire blue, the Bahama blue, the teal, the aqua? Which color? And look, it's see just a drop. And then some of my extender. So it really gives you that deep, beautiful depth, all in an alcohol ink on regular paper. Do you have alcohol inks? Do you not use them as often as you should? Make your own resist paper and then go in and play. Okay, we're getting there. Should we go just a little bit darker on the outside? Like a little bit darker, like just a little bit, itty bitty. Just an itty bitty. Oh, that's a lot of itty bitty. But one drop, I mean, it's just, that was one drop. Itty bitty. All I'm doing is building that color. Doot, doot, that's it. Do you see how small that drop is? It's not even a drop. What do we think? Too much? More green in the middle? I can do more green in the middle. Of course I can. So some of you may be going, I don't play in the alcohol ink field. I don't know it. I don't understand it. But really, what's there to understand except for it makes beautiful things? Pretty things. And that blend is like, it's seamless because it's alcohol ink. And it's not going to stay wet. You don't have to wait for it to dry. All right, so this one started. This one started like this. What do you think? And I did it with alcohol inks on paper. You shouldn't see, it's gone through the back because that's what alcohol ink does. It will absorb all the way in, it will seep in. But look at the beautiful richness of those colors. Yum! Okay, let's play with this one for a minute. And since I've got so much yellow on my palette, let's go back and pick it up. See, I'm going to pick it right up. Reactivate it. Stacy, right on my, well, so be it. See how much yellow I've got going on? Drop and reactivate some of it. And now I've started. So I've got my base color down. We're just gonna go for it. This looks like pink. Let's take a pink. I know, the green is there. Oh well, not anymore. Look at how much color is on there. Why am I there? I dripped my, well, I got plenty of, look at now I've got plenty of blending solution or extender going on. I think I'm just going to kind of put it everywhere. Hot Mess Central. Let's see if we can fix it. Let's see if we can make something of it. Just because it looks like this doesn't mean it stays like this. Oh, look at that. From wait a minute, what's going on over here to, oh, hello. Hello, pretty. It's taking that pink with my yellow and blending them. Hello, pretties. Oh. Oh, that's my yellow. I'm so bad at that. Well, no. So bad at that. I'm just going to blend this all. And because it's alcohol ink, it just blends right into each other. Oh, tore right through. Let's staple again, because I'm not giving up on this one. I'm almost there. You're like, really? I'm like, yeah. But you get 10 to a thing. I know, but I'm still a go for it kind of girl. So can you use something else besides a dauber? Yes. I just recommend that it be something that is a foam base. Makeup sponges might be a little bit easier. You certainly won't have to. Nope, it's not gonna. You're certainly not gonna have to. I'm gonna let this dry. And once this one dries, I'll be able to push it back in and do it again. It all has to do with the ethanol that is dissolving. But I'm a girl who has to finish. Pretty, right? Have you ever thought about taking alcohol ink and using it on a resist paper? Did you even know resist paper was a thing? Pretty. Done with alcohol. Not your typical ink. Alcohol. But let's do one more. Yes. Let's take the butterfly. And this time I'm going to start with a metallic. This time I'm going to start with a metallic alcohol ink. And remember, the Piñata is made with ethanol and not isopropyl. So I'm going to grab the copper. And you can hear it's got the little ball in there. I think I'm going to flip this over. I'll clean this later, but I'm going to flip it over. This is my pad from prior. I'm just going to put some of my extender on it because it's not a blending solution. A couple drops. You can see it. It almost like it's dancing. I don't know. Can I get it to dance? It's almost like it dances when you pull it down. It's so pretty. The colors are beautiful. Can you mix this with the Tim Holtz? Absolutely. And this I'm almost going to daub on because I don't want it too much. But you can already start to see that my butterflies are starting to come up just because I've got the extender on here. Two drops. 2, 3 drops. I would rather do 2 drops at a time than do 6 drops and find that 6 drops was too much. And all I'm trying to do is get some of this metallic down as a base. That's all I want to do, is make it a base. So can you see? I've got some metallic. Maybe I add a little bit more. Go a little bit heavier. At 2 drops, it's going to take me a long time to get through that bottle. There, I've got a little bit more going on. Now you may be done. You may look at this and say, I like it, I'm good. I am, but not really. I want to add more to it. Why not? How about we bring in the teal? And do I have a teal? I think this one might be too green. Let's make a teal. Like, is she really stapling it? She really is. Oh, I had one right there. Okay. So let's see if the teal is dark enough. That's pretty dark. And I'm just going to go in and color over the top. So I've got that base of the metallic underneath, putting a little bit of teal on top. And you can see the color starting to move in and come up. Do I want to go a little bit darker? Do I want that sapphire blue? We're just going to go for it. 1 drop of sapphire blue. And I'm just going to go in and kind of hit and miss. Just kind of hit and miss. Yay. Is that enough blue? I always worry I'm going to go just 1 step past yay. Just 1 little drop. Eeks, that's it. And then I think, so you see, you still have that metallic coming through, right? Yay. I could take that plain sponge and just put a little bit of an extender on there. And go back in and brighten up some of those butterflies because it's going to pull off. It's pulling off a little bit of the ink that's on the resist and brighten up those butterflies just a little bit. But that metallic, because it's that base coat, is staying put. And I can just brighten up those butterflies just a little bit just by using the extender. What do you think? With alcohol ink, yes, it's going to go through the back. That's fine. Nobody sees the back. Nobody. I still have blue on here. Darken it up a little bit. And if I really want to, I can come in with my bronze. This is copper. I used copper. And I can add some back in. Just if I want to, because that base coat was down. I know I've got enough in there. I'm just going to put the extender right on. What do we think? Do we like it? Are you like, no, she's crazy? But look at how, I think they're beautiful. And I think you can't get this without the alcohol ink. And it looks so good on that resist. And if you want to pull a little bit off to make sure those butterflies are nice and bright white, you just go in and pop a little bit of that color off. The metallic is going to stay. But you can pop a little bit of that color off and brighten those butterflies, but maybe you like them just the way they are. So I could do this all day long. I know you're like, no, please don't. But I think, do you have alcohol inks that you do not use frequently? They kind of look like oxide inks in their intensity of color, but they're not. They're alcohols. And that way you can get the really beautiful, beautiful metallics in there and that beautiful depth of color. See, I can go even darker. It's hard to know when to stop. When it just makes your heart happy. So we've used now, we used our dye-based ink pads, which work absolutely. But then we also used our alcohol inks. And maybe that wouldn't be a go-to for you. Maybe you look at Resist Paper and say, I would have never pulled an alcohol ink out to make it work. Oh, please do. It's so much fun. You'll love the results. You really, really will, I promise you. Then we have the Vellum. You're like, the Vellum, I forgot about the Vellum. We can't forget about the Vellum. Oh no. I'm gonna take a little bit of hand sanitizer. Next week, my nails will be done. It was a very busy week this week. We were at Disney for our anniversary. We had Fearless Fiona and Sizik Sarah and Tada It's Taylor on Sunday, which is when I usually do my nails. And then, yeah, was that Sunday? So Saturday we went to see Les Mis, and then we drove down to Disney and spent the night and then got up and then went to Disney with Fearless Fiona from Sizzix and Tada It's Taylor and Sizzix Sarah all day Sunday, like I said, when I normally do my nails. And then I came to work on Monday and I had Make It Monday to get done. And then Tuesday happened, and then Wednesday, Sizzix was back here again. It's just been a whirlwind week. So I promise I'm not doing anything this Sunday that I know of. So I'm hoping I get I can sit down and polish my nails. I broke a few of them, but that's okay. They'll grow back. Let's talk Vellum. So for the Vellum, I am going to put a piece of white paper below, just so I can see what I'm doing. Piece of white paper below. And I've got 3 different styles of Vellum in the pack. I've got a pretty little, like, doily floral pattern. I've got a pretty all over floral. And then I've got the leaves. So it is foiled on one side and plain on the other. And let's just take a piece of Vellum. What do I have oodles of? I think I have oodles of this one. Let's just take a piece of Vellum and let's spray it with some water. So just plain Vellum, let's just spray it, and I'm gonna give it a mist. Are you ready? I'm using my turbo mister. Psh, oh, it's shut, it's locked. Psh. All right, let's wait and see what happens. Did you ever have those magic fish when you were a kid and you put it on your hand, and if it curled one way, it meant one thing, and if it flipped over, it meant another? Well, Vellum is kind of like those magic fish when you were a kid. Now, if you are a 20-something or a 30-something, hello, I'm Stacy. I'm from Scrapbooking Made Simple. You will need to Google magic fish so you know what I am talking about. But as a kid, you got them, I think, maybe in the Cracker Jack box, and you'll have to Google Cracker Jacks. And you put them on your hand. You didn't get them wet, but they would either flip over or their tail would come up, and it was a fortune teller. Whatever it did, you then read what your fortune was. Vellum does not, it curls just like that. Vellum is not happy with water. It does not like too much moisture. Vellum is also a plastic paper substrate. It's not all plastic, it's not all paper. It's kind of a hybrid between the two. So a dye-based ink does not like to dry on vellum. If you stamp the most beautiful stamped image ever on vellum in a dye-based ink, and then walk away and expect it to come back and dry, you are going to be sorely disappointed. Dye-based inks do not dry on vellum. They like to just smear and smear and smear. I mean, I can take this pretty far out. And that's what happens with a dye-based ink. It just makes a mess. So when you're working with vellum, you usually have to work with ink that that sits on top and dries like a StazOn, which is a solvent-based ink similar to an alcohol-based ink. Let's see if I can get some of this off my hands. See, even with alcohol, is it gonna curl or is it done? Oh, maybe it's done curling. But even with alcohol, if I spray, oh no, there it goes. If I sprayed it with alcohol, even alcohol makes it curl. It's moisture in general that it does not like. And my dye-based ink just will not dry on it. Okay, well that was a nice one too. Okay, I had extras of that one. So we need to use an alcohol-based product with this. And you want to color the back side. The back side. Now there's many different ways of doing this. Look, I got that one wet. Many different ways of doing this. You can do something as easy as, see it got wet. It touched some water and now it's trying to curl. Many different ways of doing this. You can take your alcohol ink and maybe a little cotton ear Q-tip, or if you have Ozzie Andrews' little alcohol ink, little paint palettes, however you want to do it. These little brushes, they're blending tips, okay. And you can go in and let's pick a color. Let's put a little pink down, one little drop, and let's put a little bit of my one little drop, go in, get that color, and I could go in and I could just paint. And because it's alcohol, it dries almost instantaneously. That alcohol or isopropyl is evaporating out so that it's not going to cause your vellum to curl. Now this is going to go a long way. And I could just color the back sides of some of these. And I'm not trying to be exact. And I don't want to color the front sides because I don't want to go over the foil. And one of these little brushes holds a lot, so I'm hoping you have them. I do believe we are sold out, but a Q-tip will work. And I'm just going to paint the back side. All right, there's a couple. And then I can take another one. And let's do the yellow. A drop. And a drop. And let's do some of the yellow. And this is quick and it's easy and it's no fuss, no muss. I don't know. Which one do I do? Could you do this with alcohol ink markers? Absolutely. You wouldn't need the blending solution then. Well, it's an extending solution. You could just go in and color with alcohol ink markers. Make sure that they're on the brighter side. And see, I'm still pulling from that one little drop. That's how intense his colors are. That's how pigmented the piñatas are. They're made with your ethanol as opposed to isopropyl, and it makes a difference. And then let's grab that blue. One drop. I've got the blue with just a drop and a drop. Oh, there's a little purple in this. Oh, it's got tons of purple in it. I must have used this for something else. This must be the purple one. Well, it's bluey purple now. And I really am just trying to make a circle. Wow, that's really purple. But you know what? We're going to let it be. And pick up that ink. And having it on top of the white paper gives me an idea of where my pattern is. All right, I think I'm going to be done. Let's flip it over and see what we've got. So my circles aren't perfect, and I didn't do all of them. But let's see if I flip it over what I've got. Ah, difference, right? Big difference. Changes the whole look of the paper. What if we put it on black? Do you think that will change the look of it again? Oh, that dulls it. No, we need it on white. Changes the whole look. You still have that beautiful foil coming through. But look at that. And I could go back in and I could finish coloring all of them. Go back in with my yellow and add some more yellow and add some more pink. But what an easy way. And absolutely go in there with your alcohol markers. Sure, you're just coloring circles, and you can see my circles are not perfect. They're just circles. That one's really wonky. Turn it over, it's fine. That design takes hold, the colors pop, and it takes a plain piece of vellum, foiled vellum, and turns it into something special. But what if you don't want to use the little blending tools. What if you want to do an entire background? Okay, let's do an entire background. What color you want to start with? Should we start with yellow because that's what we do? Do you think this is dry enough now that I can staple it back? Or do you think I've outlived it and just get a new one, Stacy? But it still might work. Let's just get a new one. Okay, next time. I don't think so. All right, let's put some yellow on. One drop. Let's just start with one. And my extender. And I'm just going to put some extender on here because I bet if I reactivate some of this, I have yellow on here. I got plenty of yellow on here. Okay, so I've got my yellow base color. Now where do you want to go to? Let's put some just right on and see what we get. I'm just trying to pick up some more pink. So now I've got some pink going, I've got some yellow going. Have we done purple yet? Well, I'm going to put purple on this one because I have this one too. Let's see, purple. Blue violet. Let's try. Look at how dark that blue violet is until you add a little bit of the extender. And I'm just making a mess. I'm not trying to be thoughtful or conscientious where conscientious where I'm putting it. Wow, that was painful. Conscientious. Thank you. You're welcome. And then my pink. Drop at a time. 1, 1. And it's not curling because I'm not putting so much on at one time. I'm daubing it on so that that alcohol has a chance to basically dry immediately. And some yellow. Put my purple in my yellow. Is that my yellow? No. Where's my sunshine yellow? No. Purple. Anybody see what I did with my yellow? How could it go away? It was right here. Okay. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, found it! All right, let's see what we have on the other side. That's what we have here. That's what we have there. I don't like the too much purple in the middle. I've decided I don't like that. So let's take a blue. Like, stop, Stacy, stop. I don't know. Oh, okay, I'm getting there. That looks better to me. I love that. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm happy. I think I'm almost there. Maybe just a hair bit more yellow. Like, really? Yeah. Yeah. And I've colored the whole back. Now, if I really don't like it, I can go back and wipe it off. You won't get all the color, but you're going to get quite a bit of it. Let's do this one. I'm going to get a new yellow. Bite the bullet and just get a new one. Let's put some yellow here. A couple drops. Okay, good. Let's do green. Vellum is so pretty when it's foiled on the front, but you want to add some kind of color to it, don't you? besides just a, oh, I'm going to get that all over my shirt. Oh, I bet I did. Darn it, Stacy. Well, I mean, you can always color vellum with paper on the back, and that looks nice. But this is crafty fun with it. And if you have alcohol inks, regardless if they be isopropyl or ethanol, you can absolutely start to color. Do I want that, or do I want red? Do I have a red? I have a pink. Chili pepper. Ooh, let's see what chili pepper looks like, huh? And I'm just kind of looking where my flowers are and adding a little bit of chili pepper. And then I think I might take that yellow, kind of blend that red on out just a little bit so it doesn't look quite so Queen of Hearts red. Oh, I'm getting there. A little bit more red. Just a little bit more red. Oh my gosh, that looks good. Holy smokes, that looks like printed vellum. Holy smokes, artichokes, that looks like almost like Ciao Bella printed vellum. Wow, yay, love this. Look at how beautiful. You don't have to do as many colors as I did. You can be pretty specific about where you put it. Or you can just be free. Drop, drop, drop. Drop, drop. Get that green going. Oh, nope, sorry. Let's add a little extender to here because I probably have enough green going on in there. A darker green. See if I can, if I don't add any extender, if I can get the green a darker green. And then a little bit of orange maybe. This is golden yellow. I don't think that's going to be enough of a contrast. But maybe that's all you want. Look at how pretty that is. Maybe it's just as simple as that. And it doesn't have to be any more than that. Or maybe you go in Can I see them? As I roll up my sleeves. What's this color? No, I definitely need a color. What if I paint the back sides of some of these? I could go in and paint the back sides of them. How pretty is that? Not all of them, just a few. We don't have to do every one of them. And again, I'm not being overly careful. That foil on the front's gonna hide many sins. Nope, needs a little bit of extender. Make it move a little easier. At this point, I'm just blending colors. What if I just went in? And I started to paint some of them. And that foil just hides so many different. So if you're not perfect, it's perfect if you're not perfect, because that foil is there for you. You're not trying to make it exact. It looks beautiful. Look at how gorgeous is that. And it's all about options. Taking those colors and making them more than what they were. Taking the vellum and making it more than what it was. Hello, green. Nice little green coat. Look at, I didn't start with yellow. And then maybe a little bit of teal. Well, let's use teal, not Baja Blue. Let's actually use teal. A little bit of teal. Come back in with that green. And some of that really, is that teal too? Oh, that's a real teal. Holy smokes, artichokes. That one must have been aqua. All right, let's try the teal. And in no time at all, you've got a beautiful color on the back. That teal is gorgeous. Okay, I think. And I'm not going to worry about what it looks like on the back side. It might look like a hot mess. But when I turn it over, so pretty. Do I want some darker areas? Ooh, let's go with that. Where's that blue? So here's the red. Oh, here it is. Let's just add a really dark. Just in a couple places. Ooh. See, I could do this all day long because I could just be making color after color after color after color and pattern after pattern after pattern after pattern and design after design after design after design. I really could just do this all day long. And I could go back and finish this one. And I could go back and work with the resist paper and the alcohol inks that are so lovely. And if I don't want to use the alcohol inks, I don't have to. I can certainly play with my dye-based inks. The paper is gorgeous, and the options are pretty much limitless. It's up to you. Maybe you like the idea of going in and just painting different areas, and that gold foil just winks at you. I want something in that hole. Oh my gosh, is that vibrant? Holy smokes. Oh, see, I could do this all day long. That makes my heart happy. I just filled that hole, put some pink in there, and bam. All right, you guys. So I know it's a little outside the box, and man, oh man, have I made a mess. Let's see if my shirt, oh, so far so good on my shirt. Congratulations to me. I probably should put some of these caps on. Poor Elena and the SMS girls are gonna be like, what the heck did she do? Well, I had a whole lot of fun. And then I suppose if I really wanted to, I could ink or I could spray. We might just get a soupy mess. I can make a background. It's a background for something, right? Look at the bright color. Look at how happy that is. It's a background for something. It's a background for something. Waste not, want not. Just took them right off the blending mat. I don't know, use it for something. So we went outside the box a little bit today. We went outside the box a lot. We used alcohol inks in a way that really is not a traditional way of using them at all. We didn't use a specialty paper. We used regular paper that had a resist on it. And it was because of that resist. Oh, I better get that off. I'm gonna hear about that. I know it's my table, but I'm supposed to keep it clean. Well, that's not necessarily clean. So we used the resist paper. And when we did it with the alcohol inks, it just transformed it into something that almost looks like hunky-dory paper. And yes, the ethanol makes a difference. It does. Is it going to make a difference so much that you have to give up all of your couture creations and your Ranger alcohol inks to buy these? No, it doesn't. But when you run out of colors, if you want an alcohol ink that is going to be more pigment and more vibrant and last a really long time, because you saw I was using literally drops, then you're going to want to get into the Piñatas. They are a beautiful product. It is by Jacquard. They are a fine art company. They are used to making fine art quality product, and that just makes a difference. And because it's not from the scrapbooking industry, the price is wonderful. So if you don't have alcohol inks, that might be where you want to start. You may want to just stick with your dye-based inks and play with those and have as much fun with those as well, by all means. But it all does really begin with the papers from, assuming I can find them, with the papers from Spellbinders. It all starts there with these 2 packs of paper. The Resist and the Vellum with the foil on the top. They are only sold as an I Want It All bundle. We only have so many of them, but for both of them, it is under $10. You get 6 in each sheet, 2 designs, 2 of each design. There's 3 designs, you get 2 of each for under $10, and then you decide how to ink them. We absolutely will have all the Piñata inks on sale like we did when we did the Tim Holtz Make It Monday event, and if you picked some up then, you may want to pick some up now, and if you didn't pick any up then, this is another chance to get them. They're a wonderful product. I'm trying to find all my jars. Anybody seen this one? Oh, found it. Thank you very much for telling me. I just think that the opportunity is almost endless with that foil on the top and those beautiful colors. It makes my heart happy. And the samples that I have for you, so remember we started all the way back when I just played with the cute little DIY blocks from Studio Light. We have 4 different blocks for you. The Aged Wildflower, I'm not going to get them dirty because somebody's going to get these. The Vintage Rose, the Sunny Summer, and the Seaside. So I don't know if we have any left. I don't know how long this YouTube is. I don't know if everybody went and bought those first. I have no idea. But then to go with all of that, and for the samples that we have, we do have some Spellbinder product that goes with the papers that I'm showing you. You're going to see samples that have the beautiful butterflies on them, and see how they match. They've foiled them, so they just go so elegantly with that foiled paper. We've got the ephemera. You're going to see a lot of the samples have some of this ephemera, and the collection is Serenade of Autumn. Yeah, Serenade of Autumn. So the butterflies are from Serenade of Autumn, the ephemera is from Serenade of Autumn. You're going to see samples with this stamp set, specifically this stamp right there. And I know Claire, some of her layout has this stamp set on it. This is also from Serenade of Autumn. And then an embossing folder, 3D. You're going to see samples with that as well. In addition, I have just a few from Studio Light of their Vellum, which has a white writing to it. It's not foiled, it's got a white writing to it. And it's kind of like background, so you could color them. It's from the Jeannie's Mindful Art Collection. They've kind of got background type look to it, script and very pretty. There's 6 sheets in here, and I want to say they're like $7, but this we have so few of, I didn't even dare open it. And then we'll put the the blending mat on sale, because it's like always on sale. And in case you want, now I staple mine, you don't have to, you can go get some makeup sponges, and that way you can move the alcohol ink around on your Vellum and on your resist paper, but we'll throw these in the YouTube Yummies as well. And all of the Piñata inks and the extender in both sizes. We'll do both sizes for the extender. All right, so that's what's on sale. Let me show you samples because samples are where it's really, really at. So here is the vellum with alcohol ink coloring the little leaves. And you can see that it's not perfectly done. It's not meant to be. This is the ephemera. There's the butterfly. That's all from Spellbinders. Here we have the ephemera. We have the resist paper and ink. Just smeared alcohol ink. Here we have from Studio Light the paper, and then the vellum is here and it's been colored, the background. That is the Spellbinders vellum, just cut a snip out and used as an accent, and it has been colored on the back. And then here, look at this, isn't this beautiful? So here you've got the vellum, no, this is the resist paper from Spellbinders, and then the stamp that's in that stamp set. Right here, put in between the butterflies to take up space and make it a solid background. Look at that, that's amazing. Well done, you. Yvette, well done, Yvette. And then this is straight out of the summer. I believe this is out of the summer DIY block card made straight from it. And here, another card made straight from one of the DIY blocks. Oh, and I told you here, this is with that stamp set again from Spellbinders. There's the sunflower. They took the embossing folder, 3D embossing folder that has an opening. It has an empty space right in the middle. Stamped the sunflower right there, colored it in. This is all 3D embossed. Straight from the Studio Light DIY block. And this is the ephemera from Spellbinders. And here you have the foil, vellum foil. You've got the ephemera from the Spellbinders and a cute little tag. Darling, right? And here we've used the embossing folder and some ephemera from the Spellbinders selection. Here we've used the Studio Light block and one of the butterflies from Spellbinders. You've got the embossing folder with the Studio Light paper that's been sanded because it's double-sided colored paper, so you can sand it. It's a white core. You've got the vellum with the foil, and then they've punched out the bird from one of the blocks and the sentiment. Here we've got from the, is that the seaside? Yep, seaside. Wait, there's more. Here we've got the inked background with the resist, ephemera, holy smokes, the girls had fun with this. You've got the resist, you've got this is from one of the blocks, sentiment, so pretty and so elegant. Look at how fabulous is this. So you've got the embossing folder with paper from Studio Light that has been sanded. Because again, anytime you have a piece of double-sided paper, whether it be a design on one side and a color, a straight color on the other, or two designs, it started as white paper. So you can sand it to bring up that embossing. And then she rolled up the side and put a little bit of from the Studio Light block, that she popped that out of one and she popped this out. I think is this Mary? It is Mary. Hi, Mary. You did a great job. And then, wow, look at this one. Holy smokes, artichokes. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. This is Catherine. Okay, these are all honorary SMS girls who come in to help make the samples. Isn't that amazing? Look at that pattern she's got going on. And she always says, are you sure these are good enough? I'm like, oh my gosh, they're amazing, Catherine. And then look at how pretty is this. You've got the resist paper. You've got the vellum with the foil. You've got ephemera going on. And this is Studio Light, with the exception of that butterfly from Spellbinders. And then I have got straight from, which set is the summer? This is the summer set, Sunny Summer. Card made straight from it. Popped out all the elements and away they went. Here's a card made from the stamp set from Spellbinders. Look at how pretty is this. That's the resist paper, inked, the butterflies, a little ephemera piece. Look at how beautiful is that. And then again, straight from Seaside, all popped out and put down. Straight from the DIY blocks from Studio Light. Easy to do. Look at how pretty is this. Yeah, this came out of the Studio Light block. Look at how beautiful is this. Patty made this one. Hello, Patty. I love this one. This is right up Patty's alley. Look at how pretty. This is all from Studio Light. So how do you choose? I don't know how you choose. I really don't. All the product is amazing. I guess you look at your stash and you see what you don't have. Maybe you don't need the alcohol inks. Don't get them. Get the things that we can't get back. The DIY blocks and the paper from Spellbinders. Catherine made this out of one of the DIY blocks. Right? And it didn't even use 10% of it didn't even use 10% of what's in the block. She put this whole little book together. And you would barely notice she took anything out of that DIY block from Studio Light. Beautiful. And then I've got this one here. Ooh, look at that. Yay, love that. And then the last thing I have for you is a layout from Claire, where again she used the Studio Light block. She used the stamp from Spellbinders, and she just stamped it randomly, and then this all came out of a Studio Light block. She just stamped it randomly to add a little bit of dimension and some weight to the paper, so it wasn't just plain. Just that little stamp makes all the difference. So this is from Claire. All right, you guys, wowie kadowie, we did a lot. And yes, like I said in the beginning, maybe some of it's a little bit outside what your comfort zone is, but why be comfortable? Really, The best time to be comfortable is at Thanksgiving dinner and you wear your stretchy pants. That's when you be comfortable when you're going out for Thanksgiving dinner, you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner or whatever it is. Put your stretchy pants on for those. Then you got room to eat. That's when you want to be comfortable. In crafting, you want to be adventurous. You want to be daring. You want to take it to the next level, or at least try to. And if at first you don't succeed, try again. It's only paper and you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Grab your stuff and let's do it together. Turn me back on and we'll do it at the same time. All right, you guys, it is me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying thank you for being here today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we're trying to hit 400,000 subs so I can give away $400 worth of gift cards. Absolutely. And if you like what you see, I do know that this collection from Spellbinders, Autumn Serenade, is available at independent retailers. Go check it out with your independent retailer if you have one. I don't think it's available like globally, like worldwide. I think it's here in the States, and I think it's at independent retailers only, which is wonderful to give an independent retailer the opportunity to have something exclusive. So if you have one, go ask them, are you carrying the Spellbinders Autumn Serenade? Serenade of Autumn? And if not, see if they can order it for you. I'm sure if they can, they absolutely would love to do that for you. If you have alcohol inks, do you need to run and grab all the piñatas? No, you can use what you have. Just know that the piñatas are made with ethanol, and it is a world of difference, and you will see it and you will love them when you eventually own them. The items that are very limited to us would be that vellum, the foiled vellum, and the resist paper, along with the Studio Light DIY blocks. So if that's where, if you can't find them anywhere else, we welcome you to shop with Scrapbooking Made Simple, sure. But if not, check your local retailer for those as well. All right, you guys, it is me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying I will see you on Monday. I'm trying to think, Monday. It is a Make It Monday. I have no idea what we're making, but come Monday, I'll know. And that will be at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, when we bring you a value of anywhere from $80 to $100 for just $19.99. All right, you guys, I will see you later. Have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for just letting me play. I had a great time today, and I have inky hands, and I love them. I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, get gloves. No! Bye, everybody.